Welcome back everyone to Heroes and Villains HQ. My name's David and today we're going to take a look at a Lego Disney set, the Snow White's Cottage. So this is really exciting. Before I crack this open, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification button down below to stay tuned for more content on my channel. But let's go ahead and open up Snow White's Cottage. Alright, so Snow White's Cottage. This is set number 43242. It is 2,228 pieces, retailed for $220, and it released March of 2024. And I'll tell you, right off the rip, this set is just absolutely gorgeous. It is so cute, and the colors on it are bright and fun and really give you that inviting presence. So before we take a look at the set, as always, let's start with the minifigures. So to begin, we have Snow White, a really pretty minifigure. She does have dual molded arms, really great printing, and that cloth piece around her neck. She also has a dual-sided face, one sleeping, and then one happy. Next up is Prince Charming. He has dual molded legs, and again, really great printing throughout the body. He does include a red cape, simple back print, and he has a dual-sided face. After that, we have the Evil Queen in her witch look. She also has a dual-sided face, and of course comes with the apple basket. I would have loved to see a regular standard Evil Queen figure alongside this set, but unfortunately we just get the one. Now for the dwarves. This is Doc and Grumpy, both great minifigures, and they have dual-sided faces. Next up we have Sleepy and Sneezy. These figures both have pretty similar prints, obviously different colored hats, the dual-sided faces. More dwarfs are Happy and Bashful. These characters are definitely brighter in terms of their color schemes, and I really like that. Their dual-sided faces. Last but certainly not least, Dopey, which does have a special molded hat with the ears poking out the side. He does have a dual molded face, but this face right here has the little kiss mark from Snow White. So, super cute, and overall a stellar lineup of minifigures. Beginning first with the side builds before we check out the cottage, this is the Wishing Well, which I think is just absolutely adorable. You do have the water print on the inside, you do have the blue piece on the inside for the water, but all of the flowers here look great, the two birds, and it even has the detail up here of the crank to bring the bucket down. So I think this is a super cute little side build and one I enjoy. However, the main side build is the case that the dwarfs put Snow White in after she is cursed by the Evil Queen. This has the clear and the gold pieces throughout, a couple of trees in the background. It also has this very nice printed piece here. It's covered up by the leaves, but it does say Snow White on it, and this piece is on either side. And then to open up the case, simply pull this side off. This is all one piece, and then you can take Snow White right out. Of course, if you want to reenact the whole scene, you can just take this clear piece off and have it opened, but the entire case still be in one piece. Let's look at the main cottage here. This was such a fun building experience. A lot of different angles. The roof, even though slightly repetitive, was still a lot of fun as well. So taking you through this entire set, first off, a ton of printed pieces. You can see these owls here on each one of these little one by one plates. Those are all printed pieces, as well as the shutters here, which, yes, they are supposed to be crooked. It's supposed to be that classic fairy tale look. But other than that, you have a lot of animals. You get the bluebird here, rabbit, and a couple of squirrels around the side. On this side here, you have another birdhouse similar to this one right here. Nice mushroom. Just a lot of great details on the outside to kind of bring all of the details together. And then on here you have the tree and the chimney, which this is where the light brick is located, and you'll see that on the inside shortly. Also in the front here is the door. This does push forward and opens up completely. Really easy function. And then lastly, on this side of the house, again, more trees, but this is a little diamond sorting area. You can take each one of the jewels and toss them down the ramp, and they'll go right in the bucket. Now, the only roof piece that does completely come off, all of these are attached in some way. However, this piece right here does slide right off to reveal the bedroom. We'll take a look at that shortly, but I'm going to take it off just so you can get the full effect on the interior. Looking at the interior, you have a ton of details. Going from left to right, first off is the fireplace where they're cooking. Again, there is the light brick. Let me turn this off. You can see how that lights up the kitchen. And now you have the table here with 7 chairs, which of course you can fit all of the dwarfs at just like that. On the inside, you do have some more details there. Again, the door completely closes just like that. There you have a cuckoo clock. Favorite room in the house is right here with the piano. This is super fun. You have all of the different pipes and colors, the sticker detailing on the piano here. And then in the back, you have a teapot. Right there, you have a keg of beer. And then more kitchen space, some cups, mugs. Overall, really, really great. And now moving up to the second floor, this is sort of the attic portion here. You have some storage with a ton of jewels. There's jewels in there. There's also diamonds in this piece here. So a ton of storage for all of the dwarfs' jewels. And then over here is the bedroom. This is where you have your 7 beds. Again, you have some more attic space up here with what looks to be a sock and a spider. But down here you have 7 beds. They're all built the same way. They can all be removed. So very simple build. They all have different patterns on the top here for the blanket, but then they all have sticker pieces here to show you what bed is whose. Now, the only complaint I have about this room here is obviously it's very small, so you can fit all of the beds in here. But because of that, all of the sticker details to show you whose bed is who, it does get lost. You can't really see them. So that does stink. You know, obviously when you're building the set, you know they're there, so you can still enjoy knowing that Lego did take the time to add those details, but you cannot see them very well, so it is tough to, you know, enjoy them when looking at the set. I gotta say though, overall, this set might be one of the best direct-to-consumer Lego Disney sets ever released. It definitely rivals the Disney Castle, in my opinion. Obviously, those are 2 wildly different sets in terms of size, scale, you know, how iconic each building is, but this is just such a gorgeous model, and they really took their time in crafting each little detail. So what are my final thoughts on the Snow White's cottage? Like I said, this is one of the best direct-to-consumer Lego Disney sets ever released, and it delivers. That $220 price point is well worth the money for this set. Just absolutely gorgeous. Now, on top of that, I do have a slightly special connection with Snow White and the cottage. My godmother always used to tell me the fairy tale of Snow White before bed when I was a little kid. And so I have a little bit of nostalgia for Snow White, the movie, the story, and then obviously this set. So it's awesome to have that represented in my collection. So I may be a little biased when reviewing the set. However, I think it is so cute. It's so pretty. And like I said, the colors, you have the yellow roof, you have the flowers throughout, the greens are vibrant, and all of the minifigures are very bright. I just think it's such a gorgeous set. And I think if you want to have one of those 18 plus models that are super detailed and that higher price point to have some shelf presence, this is one that's definitely worth that money versus some of the other $200 plus sets on the market. You're gonna have a lot of fun building this set, and it's not too complicated either, as there isn't any Technic. It's all just brick built. So it's not terribly hard to put together, but it delivers in a really, really pretty set. So my final thoughts, go out and buy this set before it retires. It's been out for a year and a half now. It'll probably be on shelves for another year and a half if I were to guess, but I wouldn't wait. I would get this one now if you're even considering it. If you're a Disney fan, this is a really, really cool set, and one that's super special for Disney itself, as Snow White was the first animated film ever in theaters. So I think this hits a lot of people, whether it's Disney, whether it's animation, whether it's film. This is a special set, and it's awesome. So definitely go out and buy it. So I hope you enjoyed this Lego review. If you did, be sure to hit the thumbs up button down below, and of course subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more content on my channel. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.